Dozens of ranchers approached the Fish and Wildlife Service about putting together a candidate conservation agreement with assurances for sage-grouse in Harney County. Besides those ranchers, there was a diverse group of partners. The Soil and Water Conservation District was a key partner. They're actually the permit holder for the agreement. The federal partners were the Bureau of Land Management, Ag Research Service, the Fish and Wildlife Service, and the Natural Resource Conservation Service. The state partners included Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife, Oregon Department of State Lands, Oregon State University Extension, along with the Nature Conservancy.
We have been active for the last 3.5 years in this county in developing candidate conservation agreements to protect our landowners in the event of a sage-grouse listing. The benefits of that program for me have been that I've received a lot of technical assistance from agencies to assist me in determining what types of on-the-ground projects could be developed to improve the habitat areas for both the sage-grouse as well as for my own livestock. Here in Harney County, we developed the term good for the bird, good for the herd. Some of those programs have involved juniper thinning. Some have involved putting up fencing to protect riparian areas, the wet areas where the sage-grouse depends upon. Some of those projects have involved putting some reflective markers upon the new fencing that has gone up to avoid bird strikes. So we're at the beginning of it, but well on our way.
All of the ecological issues we are dealing with are going to provide a dual benefit. They're going to provide a benefit to the wildlife, and they're going to provide a benefit to the rancher. The major issues out here are, wildfire, invasive species, and juniper encroachment. And if we can reduce and remove those threats on their lands, it's going to improve their operation, and it's going to improve it for, all the species that depend upon it.
We have elk, deer, and antelope, and sage-grouse, among other things, wildlife, and our livestock to take care of on that land. We have good local people who understand the business and understand the environment, the country, and the landscape, vegetation. We're trying to suppress the annual grasses and replace it with perennial grass. We're working hard on the medusa head problem and the cheatgrass problem because that's our main problem on our private land. It's an ongoing battle.
Involving the new science in how we manage our lands, we're able to utilize the efforts of our partners and the science, and with the rancher being the land owner, effectively get down on the ground, make these changes which become the conservation measures that improve the habitat. Making water improvements, removal of juniper, treating the annual invasive types of species that could come in, preparing and to mitigate the potential of wildfires that could come through and destroy an entire area. These are all important to cattlemen, but they're also important to the bird.
We saw the work with the Fish and Wildlife as a cooperative agreement of being able to sustain that business. I see us as being the original environmentalists because we have to protect the land to protect our way of life. When we show how many acres we have seeded or built bird ramps in our troughs and marked our fences. We've been doing it, but we need to show people that we're doing it. I see it as a way of preserving our way of life, really.
I think partnership with the ranchers is going to be key to making these efforts successful. We need to be able to keep them on the land and keep their operations viable, to maintain this habitat into the future, and to keep uses on the land that are compatible with sage-grouse. And CCAAs are just one piece of that puzzle.